is flying by.
And spring weather is here.
And next week is the last week here for seniors going on internships.
Good morning, Staples.
Woke up cold one Tuesday. I'm looking tired and feeling quite sick. I felt like there was something missing in my day-to-day life. So I quickly opened the wardrobe, pulled out some jeans and a t-shirt that seemed clean, topped it off with a pair of old shoes that were ripped around the seams. And I thought these shoes just don't suit me. Hey, I put some new shoes.
Good morning, Staples. I'm Kelsey Shockey.
And I'm Doug Grigosa.
Today is Tuesday, May 7th.
Would you please stand for the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're into the home stretch of the school year.
AP tests have started.
Robert has some information about the schedule for testing and also some instructions.
Here he is.
Hi Staples, it's Robert. So if you were wondering when your AP exams are, they are located right here outside the assistant principal's office. Mr. Fernand's secretary just put up this nice schedule here. And all Mr. Fernand really wants is for you to be there on time. And if you have any questions, you should talk to Mr. Fernand or his secretary. And that's pretty much it. So back to the host.
Thanks, Robert. Next up is Will with his last set of movie trivia questions.
Hey, welcome to the final week of Guess the Film. Last week, your clue was that there was a poorly planned prank phone call. And here's the clip.
Veronica Cornerstone.
Who's your doctor? I have your pregnancy report here. And guess what? You got knocked up, so you should probably get out of the news.
Who is this?
This is Dr. Jim Richards.
Ron, is this you?
I'm a professional doctor.
So, obviously, the movie last week was Anchorman. I have in my hands the golden card for those 4 free sandwiches and large drinks. Now, there are 3 people tied for first place who have gotten it right every week, but only one can win this card. So for your final week, only the truly elite movie trivia answerers will be able to answer this next question. So here are your 3 clues for this week's film. Your first clue is that we don't need roads. Second clue, what do you call 500 lawyers? Third clue, this is a brutal layoff. Next week, I will announce the winner. Good luck.
Tough one this week. Whoever wins deserves those sandwiches. And we'll find out who that is next week.
At various times this year, Lexi has shined her spotlight on different exceptional people in our community.
Today, she focuses on one of our teachers.
Here's today's Staple Spotlight with Mr. Miller.
Hi, Mr. Miller. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Lexi.
So we just have a couple questions about your skydiving experience.
Yep.
So when did you first decide to go skydiving?
I did it kind of on a whim. I was in high school. I'm not advocating people do this in high school, but I was 18 and I had a buddy who was crazy, and he said, hey, let's go do this. And so we kind of snuck out on a Saturday morning. I didn't really clear it with my parents, also not recommending that, but we just did it. Went and you practiced for like 2 hours, and then you went up and you did it.
So how did you prepare yourself before your first dive?
You mean mentally? Or?
Yeah, mentally.
I honestly didn't really think about it much. We just did it. I went through the training. They kind of teach you how to fall. You're on a step ladder and you have to fall off and learn how to roll and stuff. But then I just tried not to think too much, or I was afraid I wasn't going to do it.
What were you thinking right before you jumped?
I was thinking, oh my God, I don't want to do this. But there was this guy in the plane who looked like he was ex-military, looked like he was in every combat mission from World War II to Vietnam, and he just looked at me and he said, get the bleep out, right in my face, and that was what I needed at the time when I got out.
That seems like a good motivation.
It was good motivation, yeah.
How would you describe the feeling of skydiving?
It was weird because I thought it would be like a falling sensation, and initially it is, because before the chute opens that's what you're doing, but it's almost like you're floating, you know? It's like you're just, you know, you're in the air, just kind of floating around. It's like, you know, you're standing on a cloud or something. So that experience was not quite what I thought it would be in school.
That's so cool. So, Mr. Miller, the real question is, why did you decide to go multiple times? Because I've heard that you jumped multiple times.
Yeah, I
after
did
that.
it like 7 or 8 times. I wanted to get to the point because at the beginning, you're hooked up. The thing that pulls your chute is hooked up to the pilot's seatbelt in the plane, so you don't have anything to do other than jumping out. I wanted to get a little better where you had to pull your own ripcord and you could do some more stuff. I wanted to go higher, so I did it a few more times, and I got there, and then I decided I was done. It was expensive. So.
That sounds exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks, Lexi.
Now let's see how much longer this great weather is going to stick around. Here's Jake with the forecast.
Good morning, Staples. This is Jacob Meisel with your Tuesday morning weather report. We're looking at generally cloudy skies across the area right now, but they'll be clearing later today. High temperatures in the upper 60s tonight. A chance of showers late with low temperatures in the low 50s. We're going to have a chance of thunderstorms and rain throughout the days on both Wednesday and Thursday with high temperatures in the mid 60s. Overnight, both those nights as well, a chance of rain, low temperatures in the upper 40s to low 50s. Check back on Thursday for more information on your weekend forecast. And now back to the hosts.
Thanks, Jake. Different people have different opinions about tattoos.
Dina and Allegra found a number of students that were very proud of their tattoos.
They also found out what some of our teachers thought about tattoos.
Here's Dina to introduce their piece.
Allegra and I did a piece about tattoos at Staples. We went around talking to the teachers to see what they thought.
I am all for tattoos. I would love to have one, but I have nothing that's really that important to me to actually put on my body.
I have a tattoo. I have a star on the right shoulder blade, my right shoulder blade. I always really liked stars growing up, and I didn't want to get anything that I thought later on in life I would regret getting, so I tried to get something really simple.
I want a really small tattoo, like yours.
And
I'm searching on Pinterest to find one, but I can't find any.
I have nothing against tattoos. My daughter has a small one. My concern is, being the fact that I'm so old, is that I've seen too many people my age who regret having had tattoos because they no longer look as good as they did on them when they were 25 or 20 or 18. And it's too late. So that I would just say, proceed with caution. What you think looks beautiful today may not 20 years from now.
I have one small tattoo. I wanted to get something that meant something to me, and I didn't get it till I was older, out of college. I was maybe 27 or 28, and it's a small chili pepper on my back. As far as kids having tattoos, that's something that they have to talk to their parents about. You know, I have a little one, so if, you know, when she turns 18 and she wants to get one, I think I'd be okay with it, as long as it's not a big zebra across her chest that says "Don't feed the animals," something like that. I don't know. That's my opinion on tattoos. So.
Would I get a tattoo? No, absolutely not. I like them, but I don't think I could probably get one myself. In regards to kids getting tattoos, I think a lot of it depends on the kind of kid. For myself, if my daughters, I'd probably advise them not to get one until they were older, so that they knew that it was really something they wanted to do. Then again, that's something for kids and parents to figure out on their own. But for me, yeah, I'd be telling my girls, no way.
Hope you found that interesting. Now back to the host.
Thanks, Dina. Jake is back with another edition of Teitelbaum's Travels.
Today, he tried to discover if, in fact, all those tardies he's gotten in his 4 years here were legitimate.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Teitelbaum's Travels. In this edition, we're going to do a little bit of myth busting. All right, we're going to bust some myths. You know, in this school, it's a common myth that you know, to get from, let's say, point A to point B in this building takes more than 5 minutes of passing time. But I don't know if I'm going to buy that, you know, because I've never been tardy to a class. So, all right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go around the 2nd and 3rd floors, and I'm going to ask some teachers some of the most ridiculous tardy excuses that they've heard, and they're used as staples.
Craziest excuse I ever heard, somebody coming from the locker room to the 3rd floor math classroom said they had a bad ankle. Took them a little longer. Then they proceeded to tell me they had to have an early dismissal for their lacrosse game. Makes no sense. Let me tell you something. I did that walk in 26 seconds once, okay? Just walk faster. Don't stop and talk to your friends. See ya.
One word, zombies. Yeah, so you know, I walk into class, get 10, 15 minutes late all the time, and I use the classic PE excuse, you know, I mean, dump some water on my head in the bathroom and say I was, you know, swimming. Funny part, I'm a senior and I don't even take gym, so.
You know, what we decided to do was, we decided to, you know, actually run this experiment out. You know, point A, we decided to make it the physical education locker room. Point B, we decided to make the math classroom. So we're gonna see just how long it takes. You know, just note that, you know, there's gonna be no traffic in the halls. You know, the circumstances aren't ideal, but we're gonna get the job done. All right. According to my math teacher, Mr. Wetzel, the actual time that it took isn't the proper time. We got to add on some more time. You know, what if you're sore? What if I squatted yesterday or something like that? You know, then I'd be more tired and it would take much more time. And you know, that's just sort of the best way to come up with how long it will take to get to class during passing time.
Now it's time for sports.
The regular season for our teams are in their final stages. We'll soon be bringing you highlights of senior days, FCX, and hopefully state games.
You still have a few more chances to catch some of the action.
Here's the games that will be played today and tomorrow.
After school today, our track teams travel to West Hill for a meet with West Hill and Richfield. Our boys golf team is at Longshore for matches with 3 Bridgeport schools.
Both tennis teams play Norwalk today.
The boys are home and the girls travel to Norwalk High.
And our boys lacrosse team takes on Stanford in our stadium tonight at 5:30.
Tomorrow, our boys volleyball travels to Bridgeport for a match against Central. Our softball team is at Greens Farms to take on West Hill.
And our baseball team is home also against the Vikings.
Good luck to all of our teams the rest of the way.
We'll close the show this week with some more help to get through the prom season.
Today, we'll look at the prom from both the girls' and, this time, the boys' perspective.
Last time, Knox and I came to you with our prom problems.
But this time, we wanted to give it to you from a boy's perspective.
And as usual, the boys are running a little bit late. But here's Brad and Chris with their tips on how to ask a girl to prom.
Hey Staples, I'm Brad.
And I'm Chris.
And we have a piece for you today that was inspired by Hannah and Knox in the Period 8 TV production class.
You might recall a few weeks ago they gave some advice to girls on how not to stress for prom. Well, we're here today to talk to you guys about some prom tips and advice.
So here's our first skit for you.
Hey man, how's it going? What are you up to?
Dude, not much. Dude, do you know who you're taking to prom yet?
Yeah, man, I was gonna ask Chancey.
No you're not.
Why not? I'm gonna ask Chancey for sure, man.
Dude, I'm gonna ask Chancey. You ask Pikachu.
I don't know Pikachu. You ask Pikachu.
Dude, I'm gonna ask Chancey, so you can ask Pikachu.
No, I'm not asking Pikachu. I'm asking Chancey. It's mine. Hey, Chancey.
Oh, hey.
Hey, boys. How's it going, Chancey?
Hey, Chancey.
So,
you guys know who you're going with the prom?
No. What about you? What you doing?
Yoshi asked me.
Yoshi?
Oh,
man.
Hey, Yoshi.
Yeah. No, Yoshi.
Hey.
Man, that's great, man.
Hey,
Good job.
Yoshi, are you
doing?
okay?
No.
Wow, well, that's awkward. So here's our tip for the day. Before you get serious about taking your girl to prom, make sure you have a conversation with her about if she actually wants to take you, if she wants to take your friend, or if she just hates you.
That was pretty cute, Brad and Chris.
But here's one more thing.
Dolly Fritton, will you go to prom with me?
Aww.
Well, that's our show today, Staples.
Period 2 will be back with their show on Thursday, and then we'll be back next Tuesday with the last Period 8 show for our senior interns.
Bye.
Bye.